Hey everybody! This week we'll be talking about the article by Jennifer Clifton and Justin Sigoloff entitled Writing as Dialogue Across Difference, Inventing Genres to Support Deliberative Democracy. I don't know about you all, but this article was definitely the highlight of the reading that I have done for this class so far. I loved it. I thought it was super interesting. I could totally see it being utilized in the classroom. And I really want to take a stab at it myself, honestly. It's very cool. And so today, I just kind of want to give you guys a brief summary of the points and also discuss its relevance in today's world and also make some connections to some other things that we've learned in this class. So first and foremost, a summary of the main points of this article. This article is discussing an inventive genre called critical incident, which seeks to transcend opinions that are like polarizing and binary and choosing sides, as we traditionally do in a lot of our writing, and instead chooses to allow students to report facts and narratives that can allow diverse and multiple stakeholders and groups to come together and discuss a common controversy or take up a perspective that they may not have otherwise considered. So I think that's really cool about this whole inventive genre thing. And then the last thing that this article really emphasizes over and over is that writing is a tool for social change, and that all begins in our classrooms. So that's why I definitely want to use this one day. It's a very meaningful task. As far as the relevance, I immediately thought of the polarizing opinions that exist in government and politics today. We often see that stark, difference between conservatives and liberals and Democrats and Republicans, and there's lots of choosing sides, and there's lots of, unproductive sessions of Congress and not many effective laws put into place because of the tension between those two camps. And that's what this critical incident genre seeks to absolve, is just to break down those barriers and to leave our differences aside and come together to discuss what we're all seeking, what we all have in common. I think that's really cool. Another thing that I could see this genre being relevant in is just the world we live in today. Social media, cyberbullying, relationships in like middle school and high school classrooms that are very toxic. And I could really see this critical incident genre being used to break down those barriers as well, allow students to vocalize opinions about different aspects of their life and growing up through this topic of the critical incident. And finally, just to discuss some ties into some other content that we've talked about so far, I thought that this critical incident genre was very similar to the multi-genre project that we'll be taking on, just in the sense that, one, it's very inventive, very imaginative. You can go about it in any route that you choose. There's no real particular format to follow or process to go through while you're creating or drafting the writing. And another commonality between the multi-genre project and this particular inventive genre is that it communicates a very purposeful message, and a lot of times there's very different parts that come together to create a unified product. And finally, there's a lot of careful consideration that goes into both. While the multi-genre doesn't really require you to rigorously plan, there's still a lot of components that you have to analyze and put together to make sure it forms a unified whole, as well as in the critical incident, where the author really has to consider every perspective, every opinion, facts, narratives, feelings, emotions, and how they will present them in a way that can rally all types of people together, so that they can consider all types of perspectives. So that is my take on the article read this week. I really hope to use this someday in my own classroom. I enjoyed it. Hope you did too.